Hi, everybody. This is Joe from Ecommerce Platforms, and today we're going to be talking about the top Shopify alternatives in terms of other options you can go with. If you're trying to move away from Shopify, or if you just heard so much about Shopify and you're trying to figure out are there any other options out there. But I'm here to tell you that there definitely are plenty of options. I can't deny the fact that Shopify is one of the top e-commerce platforms for creating an online store. But some of these other platforms might be more useful for your company. So, for example, there might be one that's a little bit cheaper if you're on a budget, or there might be one with particular features that you would like to try out. So yeah, let's get into it. Basically, what we're going to do here, I'm already on the website. The first Shopify alternative is BigCommerce. Now, you might have heard about this one already. Basically, it is an industry leader with a comprehensive set of standard e-commerce platform features and plenty of extras on top of it. So it comes with an app store, but there are so many features already built in. I mean, I would argue that it actually has more pre-built or built-in features than Shopify. And then you still get access to a really nice app store. The themes are nice. If we go down over here, well, you can take a look at the features, if you'd like to. There are plenty of resources, case studies, pricing is definitely worth looking into. And it's actually quite affordable if you are looking to save a little bit of money. Um, as you can see, the standard here starts at $29.95 per month. So that's pretty good. It's on par with most of the competitors out there. I would argue that it's a little bit higher than most options out there. However, the good thing is that BigCommerce grows with your business. It's known for that. There are plenty of huge companies out there that run their entire operation on BigCommerce. A great example would be Jenny's Ice Cream. If you've ever heard of them, there's plenty near me. And then you can scroll down here and see all of the other businesses that are working on the BigCommerce platform. So if you plan on being a rapidly growing um, company, then you might look into BigCommerce as your e-commerce solution. Volusion is also a very popular Shopify alternative with plans and prices just about at par with Shopify, ranging from about $15 per month to $135 a month. Let's take a look. Let's see what the pricing is at. They do change quite a bit. So they actually have changed since the last time I've checked. So they have $29 per month, which is actually a little bit higher than they've had in the past. And then let's go ahead, expand this here. Yeah, so then they go for a professional plan, $79 a month, $299 per month. But they have added quite a bit. You can get unlimited products, storage, all that good stuff. And if we jump back here, you'll notice that Volusion really is stepping up their game to compete with Shopify, BigCommerce. They have lots of features to match, including hundreds of modern responsive themes. So one of the things that you might consider, I mean, there are plenty of themes from or templates from each of these e-commerce platforms. If that's one of your main priorities is to just get the design down from the start, then you might consider looking at all of the themes from the top platforms and choosing based on that, and then making sure, of course, that you have the features that you need. But yeah, like I said, Volusion is definitely one of the top Shopify platforms, Shopify alternatives rather. Squarespace is also a Shopify alternative. It's pretty interesting because Squarespace is one of the newer players in the game, and it started just as a website builder. So you actually couldn't get that much e-commerce functionality on it, but that's changed. If you can go in here and take the tour and kind of see what's going on. One thing you'll notice with Squarespace is they're really focused on the visual aspects of your website. So, if you plan on having just incredible photos on there, and you still plan on selling products, then Squarespace would definitely be one platform to consider. Um, let's go ahead here and look at the Squarespace pricing. As you can see, there are websites, which is kind of what I was talking about before. It's just basic websites for any business. $12, $18 per month. But if you want an online store, you have to go right here. So we'll click on that. So it starts at $26 a month, with it, which isn't that bad as we've seen compared to the other platforms. And then advanced is going to be $40 a month. So you can kind of scroll through here to see what types of features you may want. So, if you want subscriptions or abandoned cart recovery or things like gift cards, you're going to have to go with the advanced plan. Okay, now one of my favorites, it's kind of an underdog in the e-commerce platform game. It's called Lemon Stand. I've seen a lot of creatives use this, trying to sell their, whether it's a subscription or just like a smaller retail brand. But it really does allow you to be more visual and creative. It's great for building, like they say, beautiful online stores. Um, so they have a lot of flexibility as well. There's automation, and customers have launched stores that won trade show awards, founded startups that received high accolades from internet industry pundits, and Lemon Stand definitely has plenty of features and creativity options to really get the word out there about your company. If we go ahead here, looks like they also help you migrate from places like Shopify, BigCommerce, Magento. But I would recommend checking out Lemon Stand because their themes are really nice. Um, and if you take a look at the pricing, $19 a month, that's not too bad. But 75 orders per month, that's kind of low, actually, when you think about it. But you can jump up $69 a month. And if you take a look at all their features, they do have quite a bit here. So moving on, we have something called 3D Cart. And if you've ever heard of this before, it's probably because it's been around a little bit longer than some of the other newer options. As you can see, it allows you to hopefully rank higher and sell more. This is, one of the ones that I kind of like. It's kind of in the middle in terms of my recommendations, but if you take a look at the pricing, it is a little bit cheaper than some of the other options for a startup store. There are no transaction fees being pulled from this, and the basic store actually is about on par with the options like BigCommerce and Shopify. So I would recommend taking a look at this. Their themes are pretty nice. I do think they've improved over the past few years. So yeah, feel free to take a look. Okay, so Big Cartel is also another Shopify alternative, since that's what we're covering right now. Um, and it's one of my favorites because it's made in particular for artists and creatives, as you can see here. That way, because of that, they try to keep it as cheap as possible, and they allow you to get really creative with your designs. And many of the pre-built designs are made just for those types of people. So, if we scroll through here, you might be marketing something like a portfolio, but you also still want to sell some of those prints. So it makes sense to go with an option like Big Cartel. Shopify and BigCommerce, they don't really cater to artists like that. But yeah, so let's take a look at the pricing really quick, just so you can see. $9.99 a month. That's for 25 products, but that's pretty good, especially if you're selling digital items or if you're selling, if you're selling your art. You might not have as many products as some other online stores. And then 19.99. That's cheaper than most of the solutions we've looked at so far. So yeah, it's just one thing to keep in mind. And of course, I almost forgot this. They do have a free plan. It's 5 products, 1 image per product, and you would have to do the bigcartel.com domain, but that's a great way to test it out. You don't have to be stuck on a free trial. You can actually sell your products to people on an actual website. So that's really nice. Okay, so now as we're winding down here, we have about, let's see, 3 more solutions. Core Commerce is probably one of the lesser known options. I actually never found out about it until just recently. But you can click on the pricing here, and they have far more plans to choose from. And in my mind, that means that there's actually a little bit more flexibility. They're trying to say like, hey, if you just want to pay $19, maybe you don't need all the features that we're offering some of our higher paying clients. Pioneer 41, Progressive. So there's a little bit more flexibility in terms of growing your business. And they do have nice themes. They offer quite a few options for like marketplace integrations and hooking up to different payment processors. I have taken a look at some of their themes, and they seem pretty modern, easy to work with, and these are all free right here. So, if you're looking to cut costs or stay within a budget, you might consider Core Commerce as your Shopify alternative. And another very, very popular Shopify alternative is called WooCommerce. It works with WordPress, which, if you haven't heard of those, they are, well, WordPress is a content management system, and WooCommerce is a plugin for that CMS. And basically, it means that you're going to be hosting your own store. So you're going to have to go and find a host and set up your WordPress site on that server. Whereas options like Shopify and BigCommerce, they kind of do all that for you. However, WooCommerce is very, very flexible. It allows you to expand your website with all sorts of plugins. You can get in there if you want to, use your own custom code or hire someone to do that for you. But just remember, it probably is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. So if you're up for that, or if you have development experience, WooCommerce is a really great choice, especially if you've worked on WordPress before. And keep in mind, WooCommerce is completely free. WordPress is completely free. That doesn't mean you're not going to spend anything. You might buy a theme or a plugin or something like that. But it does allow you to keep your costs pretty low, at least at the beginning. Okay, so last but not least, we have PrestaShop. This is another feature-rich and free platform that even gives you a choice to use their hosted service or go the self-hosted way. So that's really interesting because, most of the other options don't provide that choice. With WooCommerce, you have to host your website. With, let's say, Shopify or BigCommerce, you have to go with their own hosted service. One thing with PrestaShop is the add-ons will cost you money, but the basic platform is completely free. So it's certainly a viable alternative to Shopify. Okay, so that's all we have for our top Shopify alternatives. I believe we covered 9 in there. They're all really good. Obviously, each one has some advantages and some downsides. So I would recommend, using this video as a guide as opposed to, immediately making your decision based on this video. Pick out maybe 2 or 3 that sound pretty good based on pricing or the feature set or, how the themes look. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. And let us know if you have any questions in the comments. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks.